Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Good evening and welcome to Kardec Radio, the 6 p.m. daily prayer program. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Teresa Castro, and I host the Sunday evening program. Our message today is taken from the book Happy Life, which is a book by Joanna de Ãngelis, psychographed by Divaldo Franco. And the message is on page Roman numeral 31. Hello, Betsy. Welcome. So nice to see you this evening. So our message is taken today, and John DeRosa, hello, welcome, and welcome to everyone. If I cannot see your name, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Please feel our current of love. So again, our message today is from Happy Life by Joanna de Ãngelis, psychographed by Divaldo Franco, and it's Roman numeral 31. Be a peacemaker. Live in peace and promote it wherever you may be. Widespread turmoil and fighting could be prevented or at least circumvented if people would practice mutual goodwill. Receiving an offense in silence, meeting an attack with forgiveness, or diverting a blow would prevent many conflicts that erupt in flames of hatred. Believe in the power of nonviolence, and peace will blossom in your heart and the hearts of those around you. Hello, Abby Shear. Thank you for signing on. We just read a message by Joanna de Ãngelis from the book Happy Life, Roman number 31, and it's on being a peacemaker. So from this message, Joanna is very clear and direct, which, like all the elevated spirits, give us very good guidance and very direct, no loopholes. And so what she's giving us is an outline of how to act as a peacemaker. She says, one is to receive offenses in silence, to practice forgiveness when we feel attacked, and then to prevent conflicts. So all of this is a recipe for nonviolence. So if we want to have more nonviolence in our life, in our community, in our world, these are the behaviors that will manifest this nonviolent atmosphere. Hello, Dulcie. Peace to all. Yes, welcome. Nice to have you here. So then we're going to take a look at Kardec in the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 9, which is entitled, Blessed are the Meek and Peace-Loving. And in there, Kardec quotes Jesus from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 9. Blessed are the peace-loving, for they shall be called children of God. And Kardec goes on to say that by Jesus saying this, he is making being good-natured a law. He's condemning violence, anger, discourteous expressions regarding another person. Because every offensive word expresses a sentiment that's contrary to the law of love and charity. He goes on further to say that when the law of love and charity become the law of humankind, which at the current time they are not laws in our society, there will be no more selfishness, and the meek and the peace-loving will no longer be exploited by the strong and aggressive. So what we'll find ourselves in a world of regeneration. He reminds us that after humility towards God, charity towards one's neighbor is the law for all of us. And Joanna tells us that we will achieve We will achieve this when we practice mutual goodwill. And Kardec describes benevolence. He says that benevolence, which is the desire to do good to others, produces affability, which is being good-natured, and meekness. So it produces both being good-natured and being meek. And they are the manifestations of benevolence. So if we want to do good to others, we need to practice. We need to actually do it. He says, but it's not enough to speak or put on airs, to, put on a show of doing good or just say good things. He says that we also need to feel this. We need to have the desire. It needs to come from our heart. Otherwise, it's hypocrisy. So here we're finding that the desire coming from our heart, as well as the activity of doing good, is the true act of being benevolent. So it's very clear and very simple. Hello, Nora Brazil, and Dulcie says, how wonderful it would be to live in a world where love and peace were law. Right, you'd get a ticket, right, if you weren't peaceful or loving. We must work for that ideal so it becomes reality. Correct. And as a friend often says, let there be peace in the world and let it begin within. So very powerful. So let us go into our prayer session at this time, taking with us this lesson of helping the world to regenerate as we practice doing the good. So we'll close our eyes and connect with our breathing and just rest in the awareness of following the breath. We'll let our bodies relax and let go of any of those worries or tensions or maybe errors we've committed earlier today. We will allow ourselves and ask to be in the presence of God, the elevated spirits, Heavenly Creator, Father of us all. We thank you for another beautiful message and more guidance and inspiration on how we can help to create a more loving planet for all. We thank our guardian spirits, our loving family, and all those who help us in achieving the lofty goal of goodness. We begin this goodness by thoughts of love and comfort and consolation to those who are experiencing the harshest trials and in more need than ourselves. We thank you for the blessings we have received, and we ask that you bless us further so we may bless others. We breathe in this power of love, this divine power of wisdom, and we make the commitment and decision from our hearts to go forward spreading this, asking for direction and guidance and how we can be most useful. Always remembering that sometimes silence is most helpful, most loving, and most kind. Thank you, Joanna de Ãngelis and Divaldo Franco, for your cooperation in bringing this message to us. Your faith and your willingness to continue practicing the good so that we may benefit. Let us go forward into our week, being beacons of the good, beacons of light, reflection of the way Jesus lived his life, shedding away the world's opinions and judgment, that we may walk more steady in this light of love. We thank Kardec Radio and all the team that continue to work day in, day out, that this wonderful platform can reach so many. And in protection, humility, and respect, we humbly ask your permission to close this session. So be it. Thank you all for praying with me this evening at 6 p.m. And I would like to say that I will be away for the month of March, the month of February. I will be back in March. But don't worry, we will continue to pray without ceasing. Kardec will have another host hosting the show in February. So please, God willing, join next Sunday to continue praying. Thank you. So be it. Have a good week. God bless.